Hello everyone, we'll start at 4:30 p.m. Thank you for joining. If you have any questions, please feel free to chat. If you are new, hi Dr. DS, hi, welcome to the stream. This is a educational stream, Dr. DS too. If you're here to learn, then you'll definitely learn some programming. Thank you for joining. If you have any questions, please type it in. I will answer before the class starts, and of course during the class and after the class also. But yes, please welcome to the stream. Hope you are having a good day. Dr. Dis too. Just setting things up, getting everything up and running for the class. Just getting it ready. Hi Altria, hi guys, hello, hi Altria, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for joining to the session. As always, we'll be starting exactly on time in about 6 minutes. Welcome, everybody, welcome. Thank you for joining. Please feel free to ask any questions if you have. Hello Rockstar, hello, welcome. Welcome to the stream everyone, welcome, thank you so much. Thank you for joining. I'm just waiting for time as always, 4:30 p.m. IST. And also those of you who come to the classes regularly, all your points, when you participate in chat, when you watch the stream, you collect these loyalty points. I'm starting to add some rewards. Right now there's not much. Right now the only reward I have is you can get a private one-to-one session with me. So if you have enough points, the link is there in the chat box. So use that link, you can go there. There are a lot of goodies, digital goodies I'm beginning to add to the website. I'm still learning this whole stream thing, the Twitch thing. So I'll keep adding digital goodies. So please visit that link, it's there in the chat box. And redeem your points for one-to-one sessions. You can take sessions with me, you can just talk with me. You can take career advice. I'm pretty old, I'm 35 years old, so if you're a student, you're just starting your career, you can take advice from me, tips from me, whatever in the one-to-one session. It's your time. So you can use your points and redeem those sessions. And if you have any friends, students, please ask them to join our class. We do it every day from Monday to Wednesday. Congratulations Altaya, I see that you have redeemed one-to-one session with me. So you can take it whenever you want. You can just message me either on Discord, or you can just take it. You can tell me on chat. Whenever you want the session, you can take it. No problem at all. It's really up to you. I'll be opening up the sessions. Right now I have about 10 sessions available. I think it's limited to one per person. I'm still working with it. I'm still figuring it out how to use this loyalty point and all. So I'll be doing it. Welcome to the stream, everyone. If you are in the chat, if you're watching the stream, say hello to others. Say something in the chat. We'll be starting in 2 minutes. 2 minutes to go. Right, Altaya. I am also figuring it out. I am also new to this whole loyalty point, redeeming and things like that. So I'll keep adding things. I'll keep adding things every week so that those who are coming to my channel every day, they will be able to get something and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's something which I'm planning to do. Also, Altaya, you know what? Today's stream, I was very surprised. I got an option to change the resolution of the stream. So yeah, I'm seeing that, and Twitch has started doing it. I'm able to get options like change the resolution on my stream. So this is the first time I'm seeing it on my stream. Normally, it's only just source resolution, but today I'm getting different streams, so that's good. Very cool. Channel points. Right. I'm waiting for it, Altaya. You know, I'm really waiting to get that affiliation thing going on. So hopefully it'll happen soon. Once it happens, I would really like to go into channel points. So yeah, but till then, I'm using the Streamlab points for now. So yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Definitely. Okay, all right, it is 4:29, folks, so we are going to start. We're just about to start in a few seconds. Any questions you have, please keep typing in. As always, if you have any friends or someone, please ask them to join the stream, ask them to follow. It'll really help me. And it's 4:30. Okay, so hello everyone, my name is Jay and welcome to the daily Monday to Wednesday Bari basic web programming classes that I'm conducting here on Twitch. This is session number 5, like class number 5. As always, thank you to everyone, and as always I would like to start by explaining what we are trying to do here, because there could be newcomers. If you look at my screen right now on the left side, you'll see that I have a web app. This web app, if you go to a website baribasic.com, if you go to a website baribasic.com, that is our website where you'll find all the material, videos, tutorials. I'm also writing a textbook, the textbook code on GitHub, code on Codepen. You'll find everything on our website baribasic.com. So that is our website. Now what we are trying to do here is we are trying to teach you the very basics of web programming. Now what does it mean? What are the basics? So on the screen right now, you should be seeing a website which I have built. It's a very simple web app. It doesn't do anything grand. It does a few things very nicely. Let me just get a PowerPoint up and running here. I should have kept it open already. Sorry. 1 second. I'm still figuring out. This is only a 5th class. I'm new to Twitch. I'm new to teaching on Twitch, but I'm not new to teaching. So that is, I've been teaching for about 8 years professionally. So let me go ahead and, yeah, this is session number 5. So let me go ahead and create a new slide here. Okay, this is session number 5. Okay, there you go. So this is session number 5. So what we are trying to do here is our web app. If you are gonna say that you are a web basic programmer, then you should be able to build a website like this. So if you go to our website and then go to our tutorials, which is tutorials.baribasic.com/webtutorials, you'll see there's a link here. This link. That link shows you a simple web app. Alright, now this web app has some simple features, which is it is responsive, which means it doesn't matter which kind of screen you're looking at. You might be looking at it from a desktop monitor, laptop monitor, mobile phone, tablet, any kind of screen you're looking on the website will adjust smaller, bigger, and so on and the content will look neat. That is called responsive design in web programming. That's what this simple web app does. And also this web app has some basic navigation. Navigation means you go from one web page to another. See, I went from this web page to another web page, I came back to here, and then I came to this web page, so I'm able to click and navigate from pages to another page. So that's another basic thing which you can do in our web app. And also we have an option to register an account. I have built an API server. I mainly work as a backend API server developer. That is my bread and butter for about 8 years. So we have an API server, and this web app will talk to that API server and register an account. It can log in, authentication, collect an authentication token, and then use that token to make API calls to API endpoints. So this is what this basic web app does. So if you're able to do this basic web app, if you know how to build this basic web app, that means, well, you are already a basic web app developer. And our tutorial, what we are trying to do, this is not going to help you. But if you are not sure how to build something like this, if you don't know what an API server is, if you don't know how to do this responsive design or anything about web programming, then yes, these classes are going to help you. So that is about our training program. So I say this introduction in every class because we may have newcomers coming in. So that is the introduction. So today what are we doing? Now, in the previous session, we went ahead and understood the general structure of a HTML page. Now, in my case, what I like to do here is, this is my Codepen. If you're going to practice with me, you have to make sure that you have a Codepen account. It's very easy to get a Codepen account. It is free. My recommendation is you make sure you have a GitHub account first, and then use that GitHub account to log into Codepen. That is a very simple way to ensure that you have both GitHub and Codepen using the same account. So what I'd like to do, last week what we did was we were able to use a template. So let me go ahead and create a new, I have a template here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll just create a new pen. In Codepen, whenever we are practicing, we create a new pen. So that is what I'm going to do. So this is session number 5. So I'm going to type session number 5. One second. I have two keyboards here. Sometimes I start typing on the other keyboard. So session number 5. A. There we go. So let's save. Okay, so that is saved. So there you go, that's it. So this is our today's session I'm using. Okay, so I hope you're able to see it. Let me know if it is too small or something. I think I'll make it bigger. One second. So there we go. Yeah. So this is what we talked about, a basic structure of HTML. We have the HTML tag, we have the head tag, here, and we have the body tag here. Okay, and also in the head tag we have title, we have link to the style sheet, we have some meta items. In the body we have all these things, div, h1p, and all that. So this is what we discussed mainly in the previous class, the standard structure of a HTML web page. So we are going to move to the next section. Okay, so now for that, let me go back to my textbook here, tutorial. So these are all the things we've been discussing. We went through all these things. Introduction we have already finished in the previous sessions. Now we are in the basics right now. So I talked about how to use Codepen. I talked about how to use Visual Studio Code. I talked about understanding this relationship between HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. If you have any questions, please type it in the chat box and I'll answer. I also I think this is something which I did not speak last time, and I think I spoke about this, and I may have also spoken about understanding frameworks a little bit, but I'll talk about it more now. And this is the last thing which we did last time, typical HTML page. Okay, and then I believe we also did the basic folders and files last time, where we showed about paths and everything. There is a main thing you need to know. And now we are able to finally jump in to the basics of tags, image, and links. Now this is what we are doing today. This is the chapter. This is the main point of today's class. So if you're practicing with me, if you have like two monitors, you're watching me on one monitor and another monitor, you can type, then have go to Codepen. How to go to Codepen is very simple. Now go to our website, tutorial website. Let me just go back here, and if you go to our tutorial website, we have a template right here. This one, Codepen template. This is a Codepen template. Okay, this is the Codepen template. This is the template I'm going to be using for all our classes. So this template is ready to use. Use this if you're practicing with me, either live with me here, or if you're going to practice after the class. We have a ready to use template. Please use that. It'll make your life easy, because this is what I'll be using in the classes. So let's go back to my textbook. So what are we talking about here? We are talking about the basic tags of image and basic HTML tags of image, paragraph, and so on and so forth. So I already have, if you go to a chapter, I already have a link called basic HTML tag on Codepen. So let's go to that. Okay, all right, so there we go. This is what I have built. This is the sample code that I've already built for this class. Now let's see the output here. How does this look? So let me go ahead. There you go. This is our basic HTML tag page. I put some images. I've gotten some images from the website called unsplash.com. So let me show you the website as well. It's unsplash.com. I'm using some colorful, ocean photos because I like the ocean, and right now I'm staying in a small town which is very close to ocean. So I'm using some ocean photos here on my web page. Where is that? Oh, where did it go? One second. It was open just now. Hey, it went away. All right, let me just open it again. 1 second. There you go. Yeah. So this is a simple web page which I have built using basic tags, and this is what we are going to learn how to do today. I'm using some ocean images. I'll show you how I got this output, and you'll also be able to do it on your computer, either live or later after the class. You can use any image you want. I'll show you how to do the whole thing. I'm using this because I like the ocean, I like the sun, I like the blue skies. So that's why I'm using ocean images here. So you can use whatever you want. So this is the output. This is what we are going to try to build in this session, or if we can't build everything in one day, we'll try to build it. We'll continue tomorrow and day after tomorrow. So I'm about to start with this, explaining all the basic tags and everything. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to wait a couple of minutes, before continuing. And I'll try to put this link on the chat. Let me see if I can put that. If someone wants this link, it's right there on the tutorial textbook. You can take it from there. Okay, I think everyone is set so far. I always wait to see if there's any typing any messages or questions. Okay, no questions. So let's go ahead and understand this. All right, so let me make the HTML space bigger. All right, so if you're not able to see this, please let me know. I'll make this a little bigger. I think this should be enough, I think. Okay, all right. So you already know about the standard HTML things like HTML head, link, and all that. So leave that all as it is. All right, so first thing is I want to talk to you about the H1 tag. Okay, so let me go to my PowerPoint here. The first tag which I want to talk about today is, let me duplicate this slide, and I'll put this here, and then I'm going to delete this. Okay, and the first tag we are going to talk about is the H1 tag. Okay, this is how it looks like. I'm copying this directly from this part here on the left side. So when you're starting with HTML, one of the first tags you learn is the H1 tag. It is also called the header tag. Now you remember one thing in HTML, almost 99% of the tags will have something called as the opening tag and the closing tag. Okay, now the reason why it is like this is, if you already know how to code in other languages, then you'll know, like for example, if you're doing it in something like C++, you may have some, I think C# or C, you may have something like printf, or you may have something like system.println or something, and so on, and then you'll have a bracket which you open, and then you put something here and you start typing and everything. Okay, now and then what happens in those languages, after you type a code or something, it gets compiled and then it shows the output and all. If you don't understand these words, that's okay, forget about C#, it doesn't matter, but I'm just saying, just in case you are coming here from another programming language. Now HTML is what is called as interpreted language, which means whatever code you write, there is no compiling or any of those things happening. Okay, whatever you type, it is directly consumed by the browser. Okay, so because it is like that, it has a certain syntax, it has a certain way of doing things, and here the rules are, majority of the time, okay, 99% of the time, maybe even more than that, you'll have opening and closing tags. So look at this h1 tag here. So here is the opening tag. This is the opening tag. Let me copy that and put that here. Let me make the screen bigger if that helps. Yeah, there you go. So this is the opening tag. Okay, and some of you may already know about opening closing tag, but I'm going to spend a little bit of time on this because this class is mainly aimed at people who are brand new, completely fresh, completely blank, no knowledge before. Okay, so when you're writing this code, HTML code, very important, not CSS, not JavaScript, that is different. Okay, so here we have h1 opening tag. Okay, now this is how it looks. For h1, the opening tag looks something like this. Now obviously there'll be a closing tag. Now the closing tag looks like this. Let me just take it out from here and here. So let me just apply some color so you can kind of understand what I'm trying to say. So let me put yeah, there you go, and that is the opening tag, and there you go, that is the closing tag. Okay, so in HTML you always have, well, 99% okay, not always, not 100%, you will have a opening tag and a closing tag. Now this is very important. Okay, I'm sorry that I'm saying it again and again and again, but some people forget, even experienced developers, many times they forget about the closing tag or the opening tag. Okay, so that's the best thing. Oh, sorry, yeah, sorry, the time is still visible, is it? Sorry, ow. There you go. So I'll tell you, what about now? I forgot about that, Altair. Thank you for pointing it out. Yeah, I think it's clear now. Okay, yeah, I think it's clear. So opening and closing tag, very, very important. This is something which is very unique to HTML. See, when you look at, say, Java or C#, even though they are different, they have a lot of common things. Okay, but HTML and CSS, they're completely separate, so they have certain rules. Thank you for the confirmation, Rockstar, and thank you, Altair, for pointing it out. Thank you so much. So opening tag, closing tag. Sorry, I'm saying it again and again. Remember, HTML, opening tag, closing tag. Now, some people always ask me, you know what, if it is so important and people keep forgetting, even experienced developers, thank you, Rockstar, experienced developers, then how do I make sure that I don't forget it? See, this is a question which comes up in every developer's mind. I will share you what I do. Okay, I will share with you what I do when I am typing HTML code. Okay, so let me open Visual Studio Code. As you guys know, I use Visual Studio Code. I'll show it to you on Codepen also. Okay, and also let me just go ahead and create a new file. I'll also open it. I think I had a folder last class, Bari basic, yeah, class practice, yeah, there you go. Let me create a new folder. I'll call this session 5 part A, right? And then I'm going to create select this folder. Okay, thank you, Navya, for confirming. All right, so now what I'll do here is, normally when I'm coding, I'll create a new file. I'll call this index.html. all right, okay. So now I'll take this template. I'll take the basic template. Where is that? Where is my basic template? Actually, when I'm practicing, I also like to use W3 schools. I'm going to start with that. Okay, let's use this. Okay, and there you go. Now, this is one of the things, guys, why I like Visual Studio Code. Now you see that, the moment I told Visual Studio Code that this is an HTML file, it automatically did some coloring, and I'm gonna zoom in, Control plus, yeah, there you go. Okay, I think this zoom is enough. I think so. So, this is why I like Visual Studio Code. When you start writing your code, it automatically does some coloring and all that. So you can see here, this is a basic HTML page. So what I like to do is, right now, let's say I'm only doing h1 tag, nothing else. I'm just doing h1 tag, nothing else. And I never want to forget a closing tag. What do I do is, I'll take one code, maybe from online, from someone, or from my own old code, and I'll keep it like this. Okay, and then what I'll do is, I'll just do this like this. Okay, and I'll say something like sample tag h1. Just write something, whatever you want, and that's it. That's all I do. Okay, so let's say now I have this page which has my h1 tag open, close, perfect, and you have some simple text message. Now what I do is, whenever I'm programming, if I want a h1 tag, I don't type it. Okay, this is something which every developer should know. Guys, you have to understand that today's world, you have to copy paste the code. When we start building our app, I'll teach you how to really copy paste code when you're building web app. Some people say you should not copy your code, you should not copy it. There is nothing wrong with it. Okay, if there was something wrong, of course there are some licensing issues and all, but those things only apply if you are copying entire project. Okay, when you are building an application, you will copy essential code, like 1 line, 2 line, 3 line, which is very important. Sometimes you'll copy from your own projects, like what you did before. Sometimes you'll copy from your friend's project or online. All of that is okay. All right, all of that is okay, especially if you are copying from a forum or other places where the code is, without any license or free to use, and so on and so forth. I always copy paste, Rockstar, always. 8 years I've been working. Of course, there are some licensing issues which we'll talk about in one of the lessons before, but as long as you have access, for example, Stack Overflow, Mozilla forums, tech forums, tutorial website like my website, my code, all the code, every code, on Codepen, GitHub, I have written so many example code for these classes. All that code is free and open source. Anybody can use it. So I've been doing like this for the last 8 years, making sure that I copy code only which is available for use. Okay, so as long as that license problem, legal issues are not there, please copy paste, please. I am telling you. Why? Because it is faster. It saves you time. So coming back, we'll talk about that when you are building the final app. Okay, now coming back, so I have this page. So let's say I want 5 h1 tags. Let's do that. So I'll go with my template here. I have my template. Yeah, this is my template. Okay, no, not this. This is my template. Where is today's? Where is that? Where is my today's code? Where is that? 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 Yeah, session number 5. Okay, so this is my template. Now what I want is, so here I'll change the title. Okay, so let me make this smaller. Okay, so here this is 1 second. What is this? This title is session number 5. Okay, and where is my this one? 1 second. Session number 5. Okay, and then I'll delete this. Okay, this is today's Codepen. Yeah, I know, Rockstar. I know. That's the thing, right? That is why I prefer to teach on my own style, which is why this session, I only teach what is, what I do in my office, in my work. I'm working for 8 years. I have a good career by God's grace, my parents' grace, my mentors' grace. I have a good career for 8 years. I've got awards from Microsoft. I got so many certifications and references from mine. So this session is all about very practical way of learning, my way of learning. So I don't know if it's right or wrong. I'll teach. If someone likes it, they may pick it up. So that is why I only focus on the basics. All right. So coming back. So now this is my today's template. So let me see how it looks. Let's see. Okay, so this is what we have right now, folks. This is what we have. Let me just put it on the side here. Okay, and this is my code. Okay, so now this is the output. Now what I want is, I want 5 H1 output, 5 H1 lines. That is what I want. So normally what you'll do is, you'll start typing like this. You'll type, something like, you'll start typing, H1, and then you'll say this is the first line, and then you'll again close the tag, type H1, and then you will get the output. Yeah, there you go. That is the first line. Okay, so that's how you normally do it, but I am telling you, don't do that. If I want 5 lines, okay, I don't want to type the H1 tag, because that is common. Whether you're typing today or tomorrow, H1 tag will always be a H1 tag. So what I like to do is, I go to my example page. I'll keep this open. I'll copy this. Okay, I copied it from my notepad, and I'll go here to my coding page, and I will say 5 times 2, 3, 4, 5. And look at this. This is how it looks. Okay, so now there you go. Now what happened here? I have a H1 tag which I know is perfect. It has the opening tag, it has the closing tag, it has everything. And because it already has everything in terms of syntax, in terms of how to code, I copy paste it, 0 errors. I will never forget a closing tag because I copied something which is already correct. Okay, so now I can go ahead and do what I want. So I want to type some sentence 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll say sentence 1. Again, this also I don't want to type again and again. See, here also I'm copy pasting. Why? It is faster. Sentence 2. Again, here also I will copy paste. 3. 4. 5. So again, I'm doing it directly on Codepen, and I can see the output live right here. This is what I like about Codepen. So this is what I like about Codepen, guys. This I know. I remember one day, I think session 1 or 2, I spent an entire day, entire episode, entire session explaining about Codepen is because of this. Look at that. I can show you the output without having to do any commands or reload or refresh. The output is right there. And the best part is, whatever code I'm writing right now, you can see it. I'll add this link to the textbook, and if also, like I said, you just have to go to my Codepen. My Codepen is available here. Go to my website, okay, and then you go to the Codepen template. I have my account. In the account, this is already available, okay, and I'll share this link also at the end of the class, so you can see it. You can take that code and type it and use it. Do whatever you want. And yes, Rockstar, thank you for kind of agreeing with me. This is my idea, because I also obviously went to college and everything, but what I found out was, they are doing a good job. I'm not saying they are wrong or they are right. Or I'm just, for me, this technique has worked. It has worked for 8 years, and I mostly work with Western customers. I in the past I worked with clients in US, Europe, and so on and so forth. They are the ones who give me majority of my work. 95% of my work, it comes from outside India. So this style has helped me. So I'm sharing my style with my students. So coming back, so I have this output here, right? And when I look at my code, 100% no error. No tag is missing, no content is missing. Everything is exactly the way I want. And that is the H1 tag. Now what does H1 tag do? It gives you an output like this. Okay, now this is no zoom, I think. One second, yeah. So there you go. This is how it looks. H1 tag is the heading tag. Now H1 tag has a lot of changes, like you have H2 tag, H3 tag, H4 tag. There are so many types, guys, but I'm not gonna go deep into that. I wanted to teach you a basic tag. This is the first tag I am teaching in this session, and there you go. That is how you use the H1 tag and also HTML tags, opening and closing. How do I do it? I have a notepad which has the code, and I copy paste it. I wanted 5 lines, so I paste it 5 times, and then I type whatever I want here directly in my Codepen. Let me zoom in, and finally I get the output here on the right side. So that is how you use a simple h1 tag, which is a heading tag. There are many types of h1 tag. As I mentioned many times, I have no intention of teaching you all 10 different types of h1 tags. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to teach you just one h tag, heading tag, which is h1. And also I taught you how to never ever have a missing tag by using copy paste. Yes, Kashmiri, thank you so much for your confirmation. So folks, that is the h1 tag. So the next thing is, before I go to the next tag, if you have any questions, please type it in. I'm gonna wait a minute or two before I jump to the next tag. Let's see. Okay, let me close this. Let me close this. Yeah. This is the output. This is what I'm trying to get, folks. Let's see. This is our basic web app. We'll close that. This is our current code which you're typing. This is W3 Schools. I always use this a lot. So yeah, okay, all right. This is our textbook. Again, this is our textbook. This is our basic. Okay, all right. So now I've shown you how to use h1 tag. So that is all set. So next thing is, what I want to do is I want to show you how to use the paragraph tag. Okay, that is the next thing on my agenda. So the h1 tag is the heading tag. You use it for something which is like a heading, and the p tag is for paragraph tag, and that is something which you use for paragraphs. Now before we continue, I want to point out something. Now I'm using this Codepen, right? This Codepen here. Okay, so let me put this link. If someone this is available, folks, like I said, if you go to a tutorial page, this link is available, so if you want to see it later. And what I'm practicing today, I'll put that link in the Twitch chat so that you guys can take it later. Okay, and also if some of you want to ask me questions, you can always add me on Discord. My Discord details are available on my Twitch profile. So now p tag, right? P tag, as always, what I'll do here is I'll take one example tag. So let me go here. I'll copy one p tag. Let me put it on my this one here. So let me duplicate this slide. Okay, done. And then let me get this here. Now this is my p tag. This is another very, very basic tag which you are going to learn in web programming. So after the h1 tag, h1 is like the heading. The next logical tag, according to me, is the p tag. Now the p tag is the paragraph tag. These two tags, h1 tag and paragraph tag, you will be using a lot throughout your programming, which is why we'll spend some time with this. So as always, you can see p tag as an opening like this here, and it has a closing exactly like the h1 tag. Okay, so let me put some different colors to it. So let's take this and put some orange layer for that, and let's take this and we are gonna put some, why not, let's go with pink. Does make a difference. Oh, the discard is not working. I gotta check that. Okay, I will make a note of that, Rockstar. I'll make a note of that. You know, let me just make a note of that. 1 second, I'll fix it after this class. And also Altaya is in the chat room. He has my Discord link, so he may be able to put it there on this one, or I'll give it to you. The Discord is broken. Let me just connect that. So it's broken. Fix it. Thank you, Rockstar. So I'm gonna add that after this class or during the break. So you're coming back. So you can see how the paragraph tag is identical to the h1 tag. The only difference is it has p and a closing p. Now some of you might be thinking, what is this? What is this class? Normally for example, in my example code that I'm writing right now, I did not put any classes. See, there is no class. If I go to my PowerPoint, back to my, this is how I have written my h1. There is no class. So what is this class? That is a CSS class. We'll talk about CSS classes, what this class is, where did it come from, when we talk CSS and Bootstrap. But right now, ignore that. Okay, which is why in my example code, I'm not using the class, although it is there in the actual example. Thank you, Altaya. Rockstar, so Altaya has put my Discord details in the chat box. As of now, I hope you can use that to add me. And I promise I'll fix the profile link. I don't know what went wrong with it. I'll definitely update it to be correct. So yes, so paragraph tag. Okay, so now again what I'll do is, I don't want to make any mistakes with my tags opening and closing. So what I'll do is, I'll take this example code and go to my, I call this my notebook, notepad or scratch pad. I always recommend that when you're practicing, when you're learning programming, make sure you have one document which is open, and it's like a scratch pad. You can keep things, copy paste things, edit things, whatever you want. So there you go. Yes. So this is my, and I don't want to use any classes, so I'll delete that. And I don't want any content, so I'm gonna just delete this, and I'll say sample content. There you go. Now I have a ready to use paragraph tag without any tag mistakes and ready to use. So I want to have 5 paragraphs. Okay, and let me do one thing. What I really want to do is, let me type it here. So what I want first is, let me duplicate this slide here. Now right now, not to practice, what I want to do is, now first thing is, what I want to do is, my first objective is to have 5 headings, 5 paragraphs, like 1 heading and 1 paragraph in this format. So I want to have 1 heading, and then I want to have 1 paragraph, 1 heading, 1 paragraph, 1 heading, 1 paragraph. So this is my first objective, so that I know how to use the h1 tag and the paragraph tag. Now before I start coding that, some of you are really already picking it up, then you already know how to do it. So if you're practicing, you can start doing it on Codepen. Now before I start, one thing is, what happens is, guys, many of us, I am a touch typist. Touch typist means I can type really fast, 60 words per minute, 70 words per minute, 80 words per minute. I can do that, but not everybody can do it. And also you're trying to learn programming for the first time, so you don't want to be wasting time with typing. So what I recommend is, so if you go back to my tutorial website, okay, again this is all based on my experience. If you go back to my tutorial website, let me just go there, go to web tutorials, you'll see this line. Let me zoom in. Look at this. While practicing, you will need some ready to use content and images, okay, because we are practicing, at the end of the day, a web page is nothing but text and images. That's what a web page is. So you will need, while practicing, some images and some text. So let me show you, where do I get some text and where do I get some images. Okay, so first thing is, if you click on this, you see this link here, it's there on my tutorial website. Okay, I hope you guys saw how I came there. I have a link called images. If I open that, it'll take you to my GitHub account where I'm keeping all this code. All right, I'll teach how to use GitHub also in a future class. So here I have put a folder called Wikipedia, where I have kept some images which I've taken from Wikipedia, and I've also taken some images from Unsplash, and I've kept it here in different sizes: micro size, regular size, small size. So here, these are all like free images which I've taken from the internet. So how do you download this? You can just click on it and the image will open up right there. There you go. Okay, you can just right click and you can see the image, and you can kind of right click and then save. That's one way you can take images. I've taken some images, I've compressed them, I made them smaller, bigger and all that. So it's ready. This is one way to get images. Okay, another option is, you can just go to any image image site. My favorite is, I told you already, you go to Wikipedia. Okay, you go to Wikipedia, again you'll find a lot of images. So you go to Wikipedia, you go to any article, it doesn't matter, you go to any article, just go floods here. Okay, again you'll find some images. There you go. There's another way where you can get images. And lastly, another option is, I told you, go to the website unsplash.com. So again, unsplash.com. So let's say I want to let me just search for monkeys, and there you go, you get a lot of monkey photos. Simple. Okay, now when you're practicing HTML, you will need some sample images. So you go to this photo here like this, and there you go. This is the monkey right there, and it is all like it's free and open source kind of deal. You can use it, and then you can just download. Problem solved. So this is one way for you to go ahead and get some images for your web programming practice. Okay, and of course, so 3 ways I've told you. One is in my own GitHub, you can find images like this. You can get it on Wikipedia like this, and you can get it on unsplash.com. So 3 ways for you to get images. Okay. Second thing is content. As I told you, I'm about to put, our objective is I want to have 5 headings and 5 paragraphs. So there's a lot of things, you have to type, you have to type. Images, we'll need it later when we are practicing Img Tag. But right now we have to type a lot of things. If you want 5 paragraphs, you have to type 5 paragraphs. So don't type. My policy is you should not type. You should never type. If you can avoid typing, you should avoid typing. So what do I do? Normally, I go ahead and I use, again, as always, go back to my website. I have some content here. There you go. So I have put there's a website for Sherlock Holmes. I think many of you know that Sherlock Holmes is a detective. Okay, all his novels are open source right now, so it's free. So just go to this website. You have so much, all the Sherlock Holmes novels here. So go to his website and just go to any of the chapters. Let's go to Red-Headed League. There you go. You have so much paragraphs which you can just copy paste without having to type. Because please remember, folks, when you are learning programming, your job is to learn what is needed for your work. Okay, so what is needed for your work is that you know how to use tags, you know how to use the tags. Your job is not to sit and type paragraphs, because that is not going to help you in your life. So use ready to use things, ready-made things, use them, recycle them, copy them, paste them. Licensing issues, avoid them. If you have any, for example, photos, I showed you about Unsplash, I told you about Wikipedia, I told you about my GitHub. Now these are all free images, so I'm avoiding the licensing problems. And also when you're learning, it doesn't matter. These things, licensing and all these things, only matter when you are building a actual project, in which case your company will take care of those things. So for practicing, these are all free resources. Okay, so I've shown you where you can get images, I've shown you where you can get content. So now let's get back to our objective, which is 5 headings and 5 paragraphs. So what I'll do, I'll go to my practice Codepen. Where is my Codepen? Codepen. Session. Yeah, there you go. So now what I want to do is I want to have 5 headings. So I already have 5 headings, I think. So there we go. I have 5 headings done. Now I want 5 paragraphs. So let me go to my Visual Studio Code. I have this one, and I'll start putting the paragraphs after the headings. Okie dokie, let's see. Boom, there you go. So I save this, and look at that. I have 5 paragraphs and I have 5 headings. No coding error, no tag mistakes. I get what I want. Now I don't want to make I want to make this a little bit better, right? So that's why we opened that Sherlock Holmes thing. So what I'll do is I will go ahead and go to this website, the Sherlock Holmes thing I told you. Where is it? Yeah, Advances of Sherlock Holmes. So, and here I want this. I'll take this Sherlock Holmes and then I'll paste it here. Session number 5. So this is going to be my heading. So I'll take this. Okay, first heading is Sherlock Holmes. So let me keep this side by side. So I'll take this, keep it on the right side. I take this and keep it on the left side. Now I want to make some headings. So I took some Untitled things, and then I have Mr. Wilson. I'll make that another heading. So all I'm doing is copy paste. Please note, our job here is to learn programming, not to type English sentences, which is why I'm telling you to copy paste. Okay, so second heading is ready. Third heading, Miss Mary Sutherland. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, 3 headings done, 2 more to go, and 2 more, Dr. Watson. Okay, all right. I'm using Sherlock Holmes because Sherlock Holmes is free. It's open source. We can do what we want. Jebel Wilson. All right, Jebel Wilson. So let's see the output. Let's see the output. There we go. We have a nice, you know what, at the top where it says session number 5A, that is kind of distracting. So let's delete that, okay? So let me remove that. Let me remove that line. It's distracting a little bit. There we go. Now, yes, I have 5 headings. First heading is Sherlock Holmes. Second heading is Mr. Wilson. Third heading is Miss Mary Sutherland. Fourth heading is Dr. Watson. There you go. See, look at that. Look at that. That's what happens when the tag is mistaken. Right. So let me just go ahead. And I made a mistake when I was deleting things, guys. That was my mistake. Sorry. I'm going to fix it right away. And you see how Codepen, as I'm editing it, immediately it will update the output. That's what I like about Codepen. When you're learning, see, the thing is, for me, when I was in college, I always used to ask my faculties, like, we are building all this, right? I spent 4 years in engineering college, and in every semester we had these lab programs, we had textbooks, we used to read so much, and I would always ask them, I'm learning all this, I'm coding all this, where do I use it? How can I use it in real life? How can I use it in real life? Why are you not teaching me how to use this in real life? This is a question I would ask my faculties every semester, every class. I remember first year of college, I was 17 years old, C programming lab. This faculty gives me a manual and like some add some 2 numbers, and then I'm asking that faculty, what if I want to build a calculator? How do I build it? How do I build it so I can show it to my mother? I want to show her. I want to show it to her, and I want to impress her, and so that she knows I'm learning something in college. And they're like, no, they don't know, no answer, just making me keep quiet. So that's what I like about Codepen, guys. Whatever code you're writing, immediately you can see the output on the right side. Okay, now remember what I told you. Ultimately, the final project, what our final project is? This website. Where is that? I think I closed the website. Our basic HTML website, this web app. This is going to be our final project. We will build this. Those of you who are attending my class till the end, you will see me build that web app live in front of you using the things I taught you. Nothing new, nothing fancy. What you see on the screen is what I am teaching you. Okay? I'm not gonna teach something and then do something else, just to impress you. No. I'm not trying to impress you. Yeah, yes, I want you to be impressed with me, but more importantly, I want you to learn these web basics. Okay, so that's why I like Codepen. So I write the code here. Immediately you see the output on the right side. So you do something, and immediately you can see what is happening, and you're happy. You're happy. So when you finish all these training classes, you build something like this. You build this, and then you are like, dude, I built it, man. And also not just building on your computer. I will show you how to create a web server. I will show you how to upload it to your web server. I will show it to you how to do it on Azure, so that you can build a website which you can share with your friends. You're not just writing code. You are going to put these files on a web server, and you can show it to your friends, anybody. You can just share it in your WhatsApp or Instagram or something. Like, you send the link and they can see what you have built. That is my goal. Okay, so coming back, our goal is 5 headings and 5 paragraphs. All right, so now I got 5 headings, so let me do the paragraph now. So I already have, let me go here. So I already have paragraphs here, correct? So I just need to add some content. So as always, let's go to Sherlock Holmes. So I'll go here, I'll take this paragraph. I'll go to my session number 5, code session, yeah. And here we go. First paragraph, done. One more paragraph here. Okay, done. Third paragraph, done. Fourth paragraph, done. Fifth paragraph, let me take it from here. There you go. 5 headings, 5 paragraph. Thank you, Rockstar. Thank you for the confirmation. Thank you so much. So now let me go to the output. There you go. Easy peasy. Thank you for the confirmation, Cash. So there you go. This is what I wanted to do. So let me remove the zoom here. So I wanted 5 headings. I wanted 5 paragraphs. You can see it on the screen, and you saw how I did it. I did not want to type all those things, but I also wanted it to look very, very smooth and cool. So I was able to copy paste what I need from the Sherlock Holmes online novel, and also I copy pasted the H1 and the paragraph tab, and we have a very nice looking heading and paragraph web page on the screen. So that is how you use the very basic tags of H1 and paragraph tag. There you go, folks. That is how you use H1 tag and the paragraph tag. So that is what I explained to you about the basic HTML. These are the first 2 basic things you are going to learn. You saw the code. The code looks like this. It is right here. Let me make it bigger. So there you go. The code is simple. Looks like this. Looks like this. Looks like this. Looks like this. And output looks like this. Boom. So that is how you use the H1 tag and the paragraph tag. So as always, now I'm going to next move on. I think the next thing I want to learn is, where is my, yes, so paragraph tag. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to kind of show you guys the HR tag. That is the next thing I want to do. If anyone has any questions, please type it in. Don't wait for me to stop. I'll answer the questions as you type it. So let's move on to the HR tag. Now this is not like a basic tag, okay? This is not something you have to know. It is not something you need to use right now, but I like to use it, okay? Instead of telling you, I'll just use it and you can see why I use it, okay? So this tag is called the HR tag. Now you remember, guys and girls, I told you how not all tags have an opening tag and a closing tag, all right? So now HR tag is, let me go to my example code here. Let me close all this. Let me close the monkey photo. Now here what I want to do is, let me go ahead and put this HR tag. So again, you'll see that I'm not typing. I never type something. I always prefer to paste, copy paste, okay? Because there are no mistakes which will happen if you're using copy paste. So HR, and HR. Okay, so I use the HR tag. HR is short for horizontal. Now one thing I want you to understand is, let me duplicate this slide, okay, and then let me, okay, the HR tag, I like to put some color, folks. Let me use this color, right? The HR tag, you will notice the first difference, small difference, is it does not have opening and closing. Okay, I told you in the beginning of the class that the HR tag, some tags don't have opening and closing problem or requirement. So HR tag is one of them. Okay, now HR tag is not a basic tag. It is just one of the tags which I use a lot. Why? I already added it to my example code. Let me just see the output and see how it looks. Look at that. I don't know if you guys are able to see it, but you know, it has some nice kind of like a divider. So now you have like 5 sections. That's it. You know, there's no other reason to use it. It is not a requirement. You know, it is like, for example, you know, these days because of the virus, the pandemic, a lot of people are meeting people like I'm seeing you. You are looking at me from your house. You know, how do you know I can tell you that, you know, I'm wearing pants. And you have no choice but to believe it, because you know, you can only see till here, right? So whether I'm wearing pants or whether I'm wearing comfortable home shorts, it doesn't make a difference. Similarly, whether you use the HR tag or not, it doesn't matter. You still have a proper website. But you know, whenever I use the HR tag, you get a nice divider and it makes the web page look a little better. That's my opinion. So yes, that is the HR tag. Using it is very simple. Just put the HR tag wherever you want, and a very cool divider line will come on the screen. That's it. It doesn't have any purpose, just like pants. I could be wearing pants right now, or maybe I'm wearing shorts right now. You don't know, but I can tell you what I want. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Okay, because that's not the main purpose. But for me, whenever I see something where I'm doing something simple, I like to have some dividers, to separate things up and down and so on and so forth. So that is why I use the HR tag. So that was the third tag that you are using today. Okay, so that is the HR tag. So I hope the HR tag is clear. If anyone has any questions, please go ahead and let me know about the HR tag. Otherwise, let's see which is the next tag in our sample code. So let me go to my sample code here. Let me close this. Let me close this. Let me close this. Okay, so after the HR tag, it's paragraph tag here. It's H1 tag again, paragraph tag, paragraph tag. I'm using H2, which is just like H1 but with a smaller size. Now finally I have the image tag. So let's use the image tag. Okay, so here it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy this line and put it on my scratch pad. You know what I said? Scratch pad. Okay, so right, this is my image, this one. So it has some portion. So what I'll do is, let me take this tag again and then kind of clean it up a bit. Okay, so let me make this a little smaller. Yes, and then yeah, there you go. And then I have a class here. I'm gonna keep this. I'll tell you why I'm going to use this class. So I'll keep this class, and I also have a something called alt. I'll talk about that later. So this is the image tag. As you guys know, I like to copy paste, so I'm trying to kind of yes, getting it ready before I can start copy pasting. Okay, so we have two types of image. I mean, not two types. Right now on the screen I have two different image tags that I'm doing. So before we can practice image tags, we need some images. I already told you, this is why I explained to you how to get images, because if you don't have images, you cannot really practice images. So let's get some images, and as always, I have some images here on my GitHub. So if I go to my tutorial website, I have this option called images, and I have this Wikipedia here, and I also have a beach here. Okay, so I have some images here. If you want to use them, you can use them, but right now let's try to get an image online. Okay, so I'll go to unsplash.com, because this is something which is important. This is because a lot of people don't know how to use basic images. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to Unsplash. Okay, so what are we going to search for here? What are we going to search? What are we going to search? I can search for teachers. Let me search for teachers. Okay, I have teachers here, and also what I'll do is there's something called orientation. I want some widescreen landscape, so I'm gonna pick some landscape. So I got some teacher photos here. This teacher looks good, so we'll go with this teacher photo. Okay, so I want to download this. Okay, so I'm gonna click on download. All right, it says download. I'm gonna save this image here. It's downloading. Okay, so I want to show you folks how, with some people, especially when I'm learning, I tell them to download an image and they get confused. How do they copy? How do they get the images? How do they do that? They get confused, and I don't want that to happen in this class. So I want to teach you guys the basics of getting an image to use in your web programming practice. Okay, so I got the image done. So let me go ahead and download this here. This is the image. I'll copy this, and then I'll go here. I'll go to my Visual Studio Code. This is my folder. I'll keep this image here. Okay, so let's open the image. Okay, so this is the image. There you go. This is the image, and you know what, guys? If you are seeing this on your Windows computer, then please, I request you, please install this software called Irfan View. I strongly recommend it. Irfan View is a very simple software. It's a free software. Please install it on your computer. I don't know if the Irfan View is available on the Mac. Whenever I'm working on the Mac, I use the built-in photo editor. Now Windows also has a Photos app. It's not that good, so I won't recommend it. So on the Mac it's fine. Use the default Preview. Preview is the name of the app on the Mac, which is fine for, I'm about to do something editing, some basic editing. Okay, that's why I'm talking about all this. Okay, so do you have this image? Okay, so let me go ahead, and it's already saved All right. Now what I'll do is I want some sizes. Okay, I want some sizes. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll go here, I'll click on save as. First I'll do is I'll change the image size. I'm gonna go here, I'll say resize, and I want something which is 1000 size. So I'm gonna make it 1000. How do I do this? On Irfan view, go to image, okay, and then you go to resize, and you get this window here. I want 1000 size, so just type 1000 and click on OK. So this is 1000 size. Now let me save this. So I'm gonna say file, save as. And I'm gonna go to where this is in D code repo. Okay, 1 second. So D code repos. Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna give this name. Let me call this session 5 medium. Okay. So I'll save this. Done. Now I also want even more smaller size. You will know why I'm doing this. So I'll go to image again, resize, and I'll make this make it 400. Okay. Once again, yes, definitely, yes. Go ahead, no problem. So let's go to save as. And then let's go ahead and save this as small. So it's session 5 small. Okay, and then save. So I've got 3 images here. I have regular size, a medium size, and then small size. So I have 3 images. So if let me know if you guys got that. Let me know if you have any confusion how I did that step. If you want me to repeat that step, I can do it. So let me know if that step was clear. Okay, if you want me to do that thing again, I can do it again. So let me know. If you want, I can do it again, because I know people think that they don't need to know how to change images when practicing. But trust me, I learned how to use Irfan View, the very basics of Irfan View, image resizing and things like that. They have been endlessly useful throughout my life. Okay, all right. Arte says it's good, so I'm going to take that as a confirmation. Majority of you understood what I just said. Okay, all right. So now that we know how to get these images, now I'll show you why I got 3 different sizes of units. So I will go here. Now I have my scratch pad, and I have this image here. I have one thing called class. So I'm going to use the basic one first. So what is the different parts of this image tag? Let's go to my PowerPoint as always. Let me get a new slide here. And I'm gonna, as always, let me just go ahead and edit this here. So I have this. I'm gonna put the image tag. There you go. So I have Img src. So there are 3 parts here, and you'll also notice that there is no closing tag. Let me just confirm that. So I go to my basic HTML tag. Yes, there is no closing tag for Img tag also. Okay. So you have this Img tag. It has 3 parts. It has many parts, but I'm only going to talk about what I use all the time. Yes, random user. That's right. I already know that. Okay, all right, guys. We do have a bot or someone who doesn't want to let me teach. Okay, sorry, random user. I'm sorry, man. I had to let you go. Sorry, guys. The random user person was typing some stuff. I knew about this. I knew about these things happening on Twitch. So today was my first experience. So we had to kind of get rid of him. Sorry, random user. Goodbye. So coming back. So in an image tag, you have 3 different components. You have Img. Power is back. Good. And then you have the src. And then you have the alt. Okay, these are the 3 main parts of a image tag. You have Img, src, and alt. Okay, So img is the tag, that is like how you use h1 tag, you use the img tag. And then src is where you mention the source. src means source. Where is this image coming from? Okay, the image has to come from somewhere. Is it coming from the computer? Is it coming from online? Okay, where is it coming from? That's what src stands for. And alt is called alternative text. There are some cases where for a number of reasons the image may not load, maybe because of some firewall or antivirus, or the internet is slow, some reason, so image is not loading, or maybe the image is deleted. So in that case, we put alternative text in the alt section. Okay, so right now we have this image of this teacher. One second. Okay, right now we have this image of this teacher. So let's say this image does not load. Okay, so if the image does not load, then what we do is we'll put a sentence saying photo of teacher. So that way, when the web page loads, even though the image is not there, at least the person seeing the web page knows that, okay, there was supposed to be a photo of a teacher in that place. So that is why we use the alt section. So these are the basics. You can, as you start learning and practicing, you will know what to type, what to add, and all that. You will do it. Okay, so this is the main parts. Img tag is the tag for showing that to the browser. Remember that at the end of the day, all of this is targeted at the browser. Okay, so you have the image tag, then source is where you get the source, src, and then you have alt, which is the alternative text. So these are the three parts. If you have any more questions about this, please type it there. Otherwise, I'm going to assume you understood. Now let's jump into the how to use it. Okay, as always, I want to copy paste. Okay, so I have my image here, and okay, and then if I want to use this image, okay, I have to know what is the path. Okay, now that is where things get a little tricky, because this image right now is on the computer, it's not online, so I can't actually directly use it from my computer. All right, so what we'll do is we'll go a little change of direction. Okay, we'll do a small direction change here. Okay, so I will show you how to use the image first on Visual Studio Code, and then we'll make it happen on Codepen. So you understand both how to use images using a local path. Now when it comes to images, you have two kinds. You have local path, which means the file is local to your file, and URI or URL, which means the image is online. We'll do both. Okay, so first thing is, now let's go back to Codepen here. Now this is my Codepen. Now I want this code on my computer. So how do you do that? There's another thing I want to teach you guys. Let's say you don't want to do this online. You want to practice it on your computer on Visual Studio Code. There's another thing I like about Codepen. It's very easy to download the code. So go down here, click on export, and you have an option called export.zip. Now this works for all the Codepen, even for you. So you come to this link, you go here, click on export, and you get the code. That's it. See, it's download. That's it, ready to use. I'm gonna save it, and there you go. That's it. I go here to downloads. I'm gonna copy this, and I'll go to my practice code repos, Bari basic. I'll paste this here, right click, extract, done, and there you go. Whatever code I'm doing online on Codepen is available on my computer now. It's available in the source section. Okay, so I'm gonna go to Visual Studio, File, New Window. I want to do this on a new window, and I'm gonna go to File, Open Folder, and go here, src, guys, remember src, that's the folder you want to go to, and then open. Now how do I run this? Okay, on Visual Studio Code there are some steps you have to do. I have to do HTTP server, and I click on this, open, and then I go here and I'll type index.html. See, whatever I was doing on Codepen, the same code is now running on my own computer. Now this is where I want to add an image. Okay, so first I want to show you how to use image with a local file, and then I want to show you how to use the image with an online file. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. Now here I'll copy this. As always, I want to copy. I'll go here, I'll open the index.html file, I'll close the terminal. I think it's still running. 1 second, folks, 1 second. Yeah, it's still running. Now I want this image to come, so I have my HR line here. I'm going to put this source. Now I will take my photo, which is here. I want to show the session 5. I'll copy the image and put it right here. So name of the image is session5.jpg. I'll copy the whole thing, go here, and then do like this. Okay, so what did I do? I have the image tag, which I copy pasted from my Scratchpad, and I have something called source, where I put the entire file name. Now remember, I discussed this in the first class where I talked about paths and folders. So right now, index and the image, they are both neighbors. We'll talk about these siblings, folders and all again, maybe in the next session. So right now they are neighbors, so I can directly put the file name here like this. And the alternate is image of teacher. Now let me reload this page here. Let me open this, and yeah, there you go. That is the photo. Okay, that is the photo. Look at this. This is the paragraph. Here is our paragraph, and here is our image. Now obviously the image is looking very, very big. The entire screen is taken over by this teacher, because we use the original image with the full size. Okay, so let's change that a little bit. Okay, now remember I told you I used Irfan View to create multiple types of images. So I'm gonna go to this. I'll take the small size, I'll put this here, and David, it's a local IP address, it's like a local host. So it's okay, I'm fine with it, but thank you. If it was something which is private, I would have covered it, but this one is okay. I'm okay if people know about this. No problem. So it's covering the entire screen, so I don't want that. So I'll go here and I'll change this to session 5 small. So let me change this and come here. And hi David, welcome to the class. Welcome folks. David is one of my gaming friends. Altaya, who is in the class, and David is also in the class now. They are both my gaming friends. We play Fortnite. It's a lot of fun. If you have time, please do watch us play Fortnite. We do it sometimes, not all the time, but yeah, thank you for joining us, David. Altaya is also here, so hello guys. So I change the image to small image. So I'll go here and I will reload this. Yes, there we go. So this looks a little better, okay? This looks a little better because the image is kind of exactly there. I made it small size before using it, and it looks kind of neat. And also I put that horizontal line, it looks very kind of organized and so on and so forth. Now I want to show that ALT. What is that ALT all about? So let me do one thing. Let me go to my code and I will change this spelling. I'll just add a small spelling mistake. Okay, 8. Now I don't have any file called small 8. So I'll go back to this here. I'll save this file. I'll go here. I'll reload. See, look at this. This is the alt. This is the alt I was talking about. In this code, you have this thing called alt. So what happened was the browser, please remember, any code that you write, it's like you are telling the browser, do this, do that, do this, do that. And right now the browser tried to load this photo and it was not able to load it. So what it did was it is showing the alternative text, and that is what is showing up on the screen. See? Now if I go back and fix the spelling mistake, and the image is back and it's showing up on the screen. So that is how, that is where you know how the ALT works, and that's also how you use an image which is available locally on the computer, which is why the path is simple. The path is just the name of the file. That's how it looks. Okay, so you know what, guys, I was thinking, we've been speaking for almost an hour plus. I usually want to keep these classes for 1 hour because, one, I get tired of speaking loudly, and I also get tired in general if I'm teaching non-stop. So we're gonna fold it for here. So I'm gonna wrap it up here with the simple image tag usage with the local file. Now please understand, this is a simple local file where the file is a neighbor. We're going to talk a little bit about paths again in the next session. All right, so I'm going to fold it here. So in the next session, what I'll do here is I'll continue with this local path, okay, and then I'll move on to the URI, how to use online images and so on. Now ultimately what I want to do here is that I want to do this. I have this, where is that? Yeah, I want to get this output live on the screen with you, something like this. This is what I'm trying to get. See, right now we are doing this, right? We are using the h1 tag, paragraph, horizontal line. Now we are showing images. Okay, so I want to do this whole thing with images mixed with paragraphs, and I also want to show you guys how to use some basic lists and link and all that. So this is what the next few sessions will be all about. So as of now, we are stopping here with URI, URL session, and so on. Okay, so that is where I'm gonna stop. So as always, I would like, if you have any questions, please type in. I will stay back on the call, on the video. Let me take the thank you slide here. Yeah, okay, so, and of course our website baribasic.com, it has our textbook and everything. So this is where I'm gonna fold, this is where I'm gonna wrap it up. I hope all of you have learned something today. Thank you so much for coming to the classroom. And if you have any questions, I'll stay online. Otherwise, I'll see you folks tomorrow. As always, our class timings, let me just put up on the screen there our class timings. 1 second. Oh, sorry. Our class timings, where is that? Oh, 1 second. Our class timings are every day, Monday to Wednesday. The timings are, I put it up in India time and Romanian time and Pacific time. Yes, thank you, Altaya. Thank you so much for joining in, man. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kashmiri, for joining in. So there you go, folks. I have the timing there. I'll stay back if you have any questions for about some 5 minutes. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next session. I'll be here for a few minutes if you have any questions. Otherwise, see you tomorrow. The timings are there on the screen. Thank you very much, Navya. Thank you. See you next time. Take care. Hi David, Horizon Dawn. Yes, yes. Thank you, David, for voting on the poll. I'm deciding what to play next month. Horizon Dawn, is it? Okay, we'll see how the poll goes. Thank you for voting. Thank you for voting. Okay, looks like there are no questions, folks. Once again, thank you so much for joining. Have a good day ahead.